we have a box. And I think you can already kind of tell what it is through the box. But I'm really excited to get her like out and show everyone what I have bought online again. And boom. We have the Corpse Bride Skullector doll that came out like last year that I never got my hands on because when she came out, a couple other things came out and they were higher priority for me, so I didn't get her. And I didn't think it would be so expensive to get them in the future, and I was incorrect. But the fact that I didn't have any of the Tim Burton, as you see up here, any of the Tim Burton Skullector dolls absolutely devastated me. So, and Emily was low-key my favorite, so you see her through there. Look at her peeking through. She looks so funny. Okay, I'm so excited to have a look at this doll outside of the box. But she looks really good. Yeah. So my initial thoughts on this doll, I want to be able to show you with the plastic off, but oh wait, can I take the plastic off? I don't know, because the plastic makes it hard for me to show anything without showing what's going on behind the camera, so I'm not going to do that right now. But first impressions, she looks exactly like how I expected. She's very pretty, her face up looks good, and this box, I've heard a lot of people talk about how this box looks AI, and to be honest with you, kind of see it, it's not the best box. I do really like the fact that it opens up in the middle though, that part is quite good, but boxes like the Vampire Hearts Draculaura from Monster High, that one was, I really preferred that one. But I do like this more than Sarah Scream's box. So, let's get her out. She's been here for way too long. Okay, so I'm starting this one off with her actually not being on her stand because first impressions, she looks fantastic, but and like everything is very soft. Like her veil is soft, her hair is soft, her outfit is soft. But unfortunately, so are her bones, I guess, her joints. So she's very hard to make stand up, and also this piece keeps like, it's kind of hard to make her look good on her stand. Because when you put her on, this thing goes up, and then, let me try, okay. And then you put her arms back down, and suddenly it moves again. Okay, I think I found the best that I'm going to get so far. She looks good. I will admit, the reason that I initially did not buy her still stands. She looks quite different from the screening that you get of her. I'm also not 100% certain how I feel about on the top of her head, the way that they've done this. I'm not sure that I like that. Is there a way for me to like move it up? Because the crown, like from the front, it looks good, but then like you can kind of see it. When you can see it, it kind of doesn't look as good. I am going to display her higher up though, so you shouldn't be able to see it, so that shouldn't be a problem. But right off the bat, those are my thoughts. The dress does actually not feel the way I thought it would. I thought this would be a scratchy material. It's not. It's quite soft. Pretty good. Where do I start? This, I had complaints about how Sarah stood on her stand. My complaints are worse with her. She stands, it's even harder for her to stand well on her stand. I think it's because her legs are two different. See there, they're two different molds, which I do actually really like, so I will get to that. She was easy to take out of the box. So easy. Actually, it was great. I love Emily from The Corpse Bride so much, but what I will say is this box, this doll was a very good opportunity to do a 2-pack. It was a very, very good opportunity to add Victor, or who I would have preferred, because I don't really care for the male dolls that much, is Victoria. They could have been cute. But yeah, my initial thoughts, she looks good. Everything feels really well. Like, it feels really good. It feels really soft. But her stand is, oh my god, it's so annoying to get her on. But I'm going to start, as I normally do, from the top to the toe. Okay. So, on her head, she has this veil that goes, it's tattered at the ends. This is really soft. The tattering looks quite like blood drippy-esque, to be honest. I wish it was a little bit more like rough instead of at the edges it's still being quite smooth. This doesn't really give to me like I ran and got my veil caught. This gives like I cut it myself. But that is fine, you know, it's a very minor problem. You barely look at the veil anyway. As I mentioned, this part I'm not a huge fan of. I get what they're going for, what they're trying to do, and it might make it easier to stay on if you take off the factory ties, but I'm not. It kind of looks like a bald cap. I'm not 100% sold on the way that this looks, but I really like the front. Slightly wish they did some dry brushing on there just to make it a little bit more pop, but you know, it still looks good. I'm just being picky because this is one of my favorite, this is my favorite Skullectors doll they came out with, especially based on character, and I wanted to be as accurate as possible, I guess, or not accurate, look as good as possible. I really like her face. I don't know, this part here looks a little bit fake. Well, very fake. It doesn't look the best, to be honest. But I still think it's cute. I think the fact that they really got the sad look, I quite like when they make dolls look sad. She's very, very bug-eyed. Very good. Her eyes are grey. She's quite like looking. Her makeup is also different from the screening of the doll that you get on the actual packaging. But I do still think her makeup looks really good. Her earrings. I think it's a really fun idea. I think it's really cute. Having the maggot that talks to her from the movie be her earrings. I think this was really smart. I don't know if that's a hot take. I cannot remember. It's been a long time since I've seen anyone talk about this doll, which was good for me because a lot of people did not like her from what I could see. So that meant that she didn't become super expensive and I could get her still. But I think she's very pretty. I think she's I wish I got her on release, to be honest. But yeah. Something I do really like is her hair. It's so long, and I don't know if you can see very well, but there's like different shades of blue in there. This doll doesn't come with a brush, but I'll have to find one and brush it out because since she's been packaged for like almost a year, there are very definitive lines. And her hair is a little bit tangled, but it's a little bit wavy. It was separated up the middle. It's very long, very pretty. One thing I do wish they did on the actual doll, which they did not, is have some of the hair on the front of her, because she has no hair on the front of her face. And I really wish they put that there, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to do that myself. But I'm worried about being able to sit the headpiece back on. So I'm probably not going to do that. I am a fan. Oh, I have forgot to mention her face. Like her skin, especially on her face, is a little bit like glittery. I don't know if you can see that, but it is a little bit glittery. I think is a great decision. I absolutely love the body modifications they made for this doll. The sculpt is, I believe, is different on the face. The tiny nose she has, the little Ozempic nose, very cute. And this arm, skeletal arm, and also her leg is skeletal. I very much like, I wonder what customization, like people who customize dolls, and also this gap here. This gap here is probably like, oh, I love it. I love it. I wonder what customizers have done with this doll. Again, she has basic articulation. Monster High doll. I really like this. Like, she's got the ring on this finger, and I don't believe you can take it off, but I don't want to. But if you can, watch out, because that might get lost. I'm just not going to risk it. And from the movie, her little cuff on her one arm. She's only got like cuffs and socks on her skeletal arm, which is quite funny. I think it's to try and keep her warm or something like that. I think that's quite interesting. Her dress is nice. It's quite basic, but Emily's dress is not the most intricate thing in the world. It's cute. I like this that they've put on her with the blue butterfly, matches her headgear very well. I just again with the dry brushing, I think dry brushing could have really just a little like more the butterflies having color, except for just this one big one, you know. I think Emily translates very well. Oh, okay. Translates very well into a Monster High doll. Because, yeah, I don't know. She fits the style quite well. Because Tim Burton is very stylized anyway. And then as you can see, this is three layers of different clothing. A white mesh layer, a white like designed layer, a blue sparkly mesh, and a purple sparkly mesh. Very cute, very cute. And that blue trimming is up here as well. It's the same color as this. And also her sock. Does go all the way up to the socket. She has object heels, and here is the dog. I am forgetting its name. And yeah, I think they low-key should have just done this heel on both sides. I think I'm not a huge object heel fan, and I really like the rose on the front. I think they probably should have left it with just that on both sides. But yeah, there is a lot to get into, like a lot to look at with this doll. I'm surprised how soft her hair was, once again. I expected a lot more of her materials to feel scratchy. Like her dress. But her dress does not feel scratchy at all. Okay, so that concludes my review on the Corpse Bride Skullector doll. I think, personally, she's very pretty. I understand people's complaints with the dress looking a bit cheap. I think it looks fine. Because, again, I guess I have lower standards for Monster High because there are Monster Highs. There are no pull-ups. But, yeah, it does look a little bit cheap, but I think it looks pretty good still. My biggest gripe is the hair and how it's not in front of her face, like on the box. I don't quite like how they've given her like a slick back, but it is a missed opportunity for it to not be a 2-pack fully. but I do get that Victor and Victoria, I believe. Is it Victoria? I haven't watched the movie in a while, but I loved it as a kid. I do understand that they're not monsters though, so it kind of makes sense that they wouldn't turn them into dolls. I think every Skullectors right now is a monster. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I want to do a video ranking all of them. I think I think it's very obvious which one my number one is because I'm willing to buy it. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching this review. Oh, yes, rating it. I rate her face a 8.5 out of 10. That thing on her cheek kind of brings it down a little bit, but I do like the screening of it. Her stock is like a 7. Pretty good, pretty good. Overall, the doll is like, I'd give it like an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10. I think she's really good. She is one of, she's probably one of my favorite Monster Highs now. Low key. But she's not my favorite. But she is up there. Okay. Hope you all have a good day. Bye.